The man shoved an iron rod into the corpse's mouth. Then he drove it down with all his strength. After that, he hoisted the corpse up and launched it toward the edge of a cliff. But that wasn't even the craziest part. He stuffed the corpse's mouth full of rocks. The next second, whether it was flying through the sky, running across the ground, or swimming in the water, nothing could escape this human machine gun. Its razor-sharp teeth could even shave a beard. Its hands were so tough they could chop through objects like steel blades. The man couldn't have been happier. He never imagined he'd find such an unbelievably useful corpse on a deserted island. But the good luck didn't last long. One day, he stepped into a huge pile of animal droppings. He instantly realized a wild beast had to be nearby. Hank tried to get out of there as fast as possible, but he slipped, sending Manny flying. His phone also landed right in front of Manny. As Manny stared at the photo of a beautiful woman on the screen, something suddenly clicked. He felt like she had once been his wife. He begged Hank to help him recover his memories. Determined to make it back to civilization, Hank gathered all kinds of supplies. He even dressed up like the woman in the photo. To his surprise, it actually helped Manny remember. He recalled meeting the woman on a city bus, but that single memory wasn't enough. So Hank began recreating the scene. Using branches and pieces of trash, he built a makeshift bus. Then he acted out the moments Manny had shared with his wife. To help Manny recover his memories faster, Hank became completely immersed in the role-playing. But before long, something unexpected happened. After pretending to be Manny's wife for so long, Hank started losing himself in the role. One day, a brown bear slowly approached them. Terrified, Hank hurriedly stuffed rocks into Manny's mouth, trying to activate his machine gun attack. But at the worst possible moment, it didn't work. With no other choice, Hank pulled the plug out of Manny's backside. In an instant, the powerful blast launched them high into the air. They landed on top of a tree, but Hank accidentally fell back to the ground. The bear seized the opportunity, bit down on his leg, and dragged him deeper into the forest. Watching from the treetop, Manny couldn't just stand by. He rolled himself down with all his strength. Then he unleashed an earth-shattering blast of gas, sending himself into a backward flip. The blinding burst of flame finally scared the bear away. Once the danger had passed, Hank put out the flames on Manny's body. Then he lost consciousness. When he finally woke up, Manny had carried him all the way to the front door of the woman he admired. It turned out Manny had known all along that the woman in the phone was actually Hank's secret crush. The two had first met on a bus, but because of his lack of confidence, Hank had never dared to tell her how he felt. That truth made Hank furious. He drove his fist straight into Manny's mouth. By then, he had already fallen in love with life in the wilderness. He no longer wanted to return to the human world.